Okay, and welcome to your tutorial on percentage increase and decrease. Today we are going to look, fudge. Today we are going to have a look at, would you like to be in this tutorial, Martin? Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
That's Martin, he's just bought me fudge and he's saying hello. So, welcome to your tutorial on percentage increase and decrease. Today we are going to have a look at common ways in which percentages are obviously increased and decreased. Pretty much ways in which we manipulate percentages. So let's have a look. Percentages, 20%, 50%, 80%. Percentages as a unit are often used to describe proportions by which a quantity is increased or decreased. So we say, okay, this car has decreased in value by 40%, or this asset has increased by 50%. When we're talking finance, we're usually talking about increases or decreases in percentage. So today you're going to learn about how to actually increase or decrease or manipulate values by a percentage. Okay, our first question here, we're going to first look at increasing by a percentage. So it says increase $70 by 15%. Oh God, how would I do that? Okay, let's look at it. I've got $70 and I need to increase that $70 by 15%. So this $70, whoa, fat text star, that's not what I want. This $70, let's just change this marker size, here we go. This $70, I need to increase by 15%. Alright, okay, so $70 represents all the value to start with. So $70 must represent 100%. Okay, and I need to increase it by 15%. So, to that $70, I am technically making an 115% increase. So I am technically increasing $70 by 115%. Okay, because 100% of its value is $70 plus 15% on top. So I'm actually increasing $70 by 115%. Another way that I can write 115% is 1.15. So to work out how to increase $70 by 15%, I simply go $70 multiplied by 1.15. $70 multiplied by 1.15 is $80.50. Okay, that one more time. $70, okay, increased by 15%, okay, $70, 115% of $70 is $80.15, because if I'm to increase $70 by 15%, I'm finding 115% of its worth, okay, that's how to increase a value by a percentage. Okay, now let's have a look at decreasing by a percentage. So you've got a top and it's $5.20. It's in the bargain basement bin. And it says today only a further 40% off. So you need to decrease $5.20 by 40%. How would you do that? Okay, $5.20 and I have to decrease it by 40%. Okay, $5.20 is 100% of its value at the moment. It's at 100% of its value, and I need to decrease it by 40%. So what's the relationship between 100% and 40%? So 100 minus 40 equals 60% is the difference. So if I'm to decrease $5.20 by 40%, I'm technically looking at 60% of $5.20. I'm looking to find 60% of it. So first I've subtracted 40 from 100% to find the percent remaining. Now all I need to do is go $5.20 multiplied, another way to write 60% is 0.6 as we've learned, multiplied by 0.6 equals $3.12. $3.12 is 60% of $5.20, or I've decreased $5.20 by 40%. That's all it is, guys. So $5.20, one more time, was 100% of its value. I needed to decrease that amount by 40%. So technically, if 520 was 100% and I need to decrease it by 40%, I needed to work out what 60% of it was. $5.20 times by 0.6, $3.12. Pretty straightforward. Okay, finding a percentage change is a little bit different. Okay, to find a percentage change, we work it out as the change divided by the original amount multiplied by 100. Okay, so the change in price over the original amount multiplied by 100 to find the increase or the decrease, depending on what kind of change I'm looking for. So the price of a mobile phone increases from $250 to $280. So I need to find the percentage increase. First off, by how much? I need to know the change. By how much did it increase? How many dollars are between 250 and 280? So 280 subtract 250 gives me $30. Okay, so there was $30. Excellent. That's my change over my original amount. My original amount was 250. Okay, $250 times by 100%. Okay, 30 over 250 times by 100% will come out with 12% increase. Okay, so a price of a mobile phone increases from $250 to $280. Find the percentage increase. What was the difference over what was the original price multiplied by 100%? Okay, 30 over 250 gives me 0.12. Okay, that gives me the exchange increase. Okay, that's giving me the increase. That'll spit out like 0.12. Multiply that by 100%. Multiply that by 100. That'll give you 12%. Okay, that's how you work it out. So it's saying that $30 of the original 250, if it's increased by $30, there is a 12% increase. It's as simple as that, guys. Okay, when you're finding the original amount, so this question says, after some rain, the volume of the water in a tank increased by 24% to reach 2,200 litres. How much water was used in the tank before it rained? Round to the nearest litre. Okay, so there was some water in there. Okay, plus the tank increased by 24%. Once it was plus 24%, once it increased by 24%, it was 2,200 litres. So, if you think about it, 2,200 litres represents 124%, because there was the original amount, it increased by 24%, so 2,200 litres is 124%. So, all we need to do is divide 2,200 by 124%. Okay? What's another way to write 124% that's a bit cleaner? I'm going to write it like 1.24. Okay? And if I do that, my answer becomes 177, well, when I round it, 1774 litres. 1,774 litres was the original amount. 2,200 was 124%. Okay? If I divide 2,200 by 1.24, I will find my original amount. And it's as simple as that, guys.